Well, hello everybody. Good evening. Welcome. It is 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday evening, and we are once again here in the Learning Wing at Online Techniques. Want to thank you for being there, Karen. My goodness, Australia. What time it? You're living tomorrow already, aren't you? We're here from all over today. I think you're living tomorrow, and we're still on today down here. What a nice dog. That's Monty up there that you guys in the room are seeing. That's and I always tell people that's not a dog, that's my owner. And you'll be seeing more of him. I'm going to start working him back into videos and things. If you look at that picture really close, see tucked into right next to his neck on the right-hand side, you'll see it behind where his mouth is there. There's a little long ear on the right and a little eye on the left. That's his stuffed bunny. Monty has a little pink stuffed bunny in a tutu. That is his favorite toy right now, and you should see this 185-pound guy laying around with his little stuffed bunny. He is the funniest guy. Anyway, I do want to welcome you here. Before we get going, I want to ask a question of the people in the room here. How many of you, give me a yes in the text chat, if you were with us here last week. Just give me a yes so I know how many repeat people we have. Because tonight, Fern was here, Dale was here. Okay, I think a couple, yeah. Patsy, you were here, I'm sure. And we did a lesson called the 7 WordPress plugins that you must have and how to use them. Well, Dale, you said you were breaking up. I hope it's okay this week, because this week is going to be the week without the internet gremlins. As you can see, I've changed the graphics here a little because this is going to be the corrected, non-gremlinized version of that lesson. And I want to make a point by doing this. Not only number one, do I want to do this correctly so that you guys can see it the way it should be seen, and you have this information correctly without a lot of distractions. But I want to point out something to you guys. How many of you guys here in the room at this moment would consider yourself a newbie to doing business on the internet? Give me a yes in the text chat if that's so. Because I understand, I was once a newbie myself. And Janet says she's a newbie. Okay, well, in point of fact, I think we're always newbies because, number one, the internet is always changing. Programs are always changing. Ways of doing things are always changing. Heck, Google, all you have to do is go to the bathroom and your whole world changes as far as Google. It's somebody, I can't remember who it was, but somebody, I think it was John Jarvis, said that he was reading somewhere and found a notation saying that Google had made last year alone, Google had made 112,000 different changes to their algorithms. So in point of fact, we are all newbies. The thing with Facebook yesterday just really cracked me up. Because, they did a bunch of changes over the evening on Facebook, and Facebook was just deluged with posts from people who were really angry because they changed Facebook. Well, a couple of points about that. Number one, nobody's required to use it. Number two, nobody pays to use it. It's free. It allows you to do all of these wonderful things, and here were all these people bitching and moaning and kvetching all day long, and the thing that went off in my head was, guys, it's absolutely free. You're being given a gift. If that's the way your mom teaches you, taught you to react after somebody gives you a gift, then you're not getting any birthday present from me next year, and I know because I'm keeping a list. All right? I mean, everybody was complaining, and it just... now, You can complain if you're talking about, Facebook is not really free. They're doing huge amounts of data mining through Facebook. Yeah, but 99% of the people who are doing the complaining don't understand that and never will. Okay, so if you're on that, the point being, if you're on the internet, you got to be used to accepting change. That was, in a lot of ways, I had trouble with that. But the internet is always changing, and it will always change. And if you don't like it, you should still be talking on a black dialing telephone. One of those things that weigh 20 pounds, and you dialed every number, and they all looked the same, and they were all black. Right? And they had these big cords, and you could only go 4 feet from the table. Some of us in the room will actually remember those, okay? but seriously, in certain ways, we are all newbies because the internet changes all the time. But people who are really new and who've only been doing this for a short amount of time, they do the transition from just playing on the internet to actually, trying to work on the internet. And every once in a while, something will happen. And that is, you will get attacked by the internet gremlins. They are out there, and their whole desire is just to grab you and mess up your universe. And last week, we had a whole bunch of internet gremlins attack us. So one of the points of doing this again is to let you newbie guys know, when that happens, a lot of times, it ain't you. It's just the way the internet works. It is so complex. A web page, just a web page, is a complex animal, a complex creation. And the internet as a whole is hugely complex. How complex is List Joe as a program? Most of us are members of List Joe, or we know what it is. How complex is something like that? It's hugely complex. And there are hundreds of thousands of List Joes out there. So every once in a while, things happen. Stuff happens on the internet, right? And when here's my advice to newbies. Click everything around you. Try and figure out what the problem is. If things still aren't acting right, don't freak out and tear everything apart. Put it down, walk away, and come back to that specific thing in, 6 or 8 hours or the next day. Because guess what? 9 times out of 10, it usually will fix itself because it wasn't you. All right? It's your ISP. It's the hosting company of the web page you're trying to work on. Whatever it is. Today, I was doing a presentation online in our GVO conference room for my primary business, and right in the middle of it, bang! I get knocked out of the room along with everybody else. It wasn't just me; they're working on the rooms, right? And the whole thing was disrupted about 40 minutes into it, just when it was getting good, and boom, the whole thing was just totally destroyed. The rooms went down. There was nothing we could do. That's not, guess what? My fault. Might be nice if GVO would do that at 4 o'clock in the morning, but heck, it's 4 o'clock in the morning somewhere. Everybody's got to work sometime. So this part of why we're doing this again is so that you guys know those gremlins are just out there to get you, and we will be talking about them, and we will be talking about the 7 WordPress plugins that you've got to have. Now, a lot of people build a blog. And, most everybody here, I think, is going to give me a yes if I say, do you have a WordPress blog? Are you working on a WordPress blog? The answer is yes. Okay, good. Well, the problem most people have is that they go and create a blog and they stumble their way through it and they read, the number one, they go set it up on WordPress.org, or they have a Blogger blog and they think that's good enough or whatever. You need, as Janet always says, you need your own blog on your own domain. Okay, your name should be. If you go look me up, you'll find the first thing is going to be SteveGaghagen.com. All right, and you need a WordPress blog on there. That puts you in charge of your own blog, your own website, and you can do what you want with it, and WordPress or Blogger is not going to shut you down for being a commercial person, right? And it's going to brand you like crazy. So we all know that. And then what people do is they find out they bust around in WordPress for a while. They install some kind of a theme that looks good out of the new themes, and it'll come with a couple of plugins. And they really don't know what plugins are, so they just get a blog put together, and they start posting on it, and that's fine. But at the same time, that's like getting into a race with a whole bunch of Ferraris and you're driving a Ford Pinto. Because unless you understand what to put, under the hood, you are going to find it very hard to draw traffic to your website. Very hard to optimize a blog post so that you can put it on the front page of Google. You're going to find it hard to get traffic. At least you're going to find it harder than if you take advantage of a lot of the tools that are out there and set your blog up the right way from the beginning. Now, what we're going to talk about tonight is not, I'm not going to tell you how to put together a Ferrari. You want to put together a Ferrari, you need to, be a member of the Blogging Workshop. You need to get into the Blogging Workshop, bloggingworkshop.net. And, build a traffic-grabbing blog from the ground up. By the time you do that, you'll put in 27 plugins. I think it's 27 that eventually is what I recommend by the end of those videos. You can do that also by being a member of Contact List Builder. As a founding member, you get free access to that thing. Is there anybody here who's not been in the Blogging Workshop? Give me a no in the text chat if you're not a member of the Blogging Workshop. Yes, a Pinto, Don. Okay, so we have a couple of people who haven't done that. There are two ways to do it. One is to go to bloggingworkshop.net. Don says I'm dating myself by mentioning a Pinto. I have to be dating myself because nobody else wants to go out with me. So, hold on. You can get access to the Blogging Workshop by buying it separately, by going there. It's 15 videos that will show you how to build a real Ferrari. You can also get it for free by becoming a founding member of the Contact List Builder. I'll tell you more about that at the end of this session, okay? But let's get going right now. What I'm going to tell you tonight is not how to configure a Ferrari. That's for a different time and place. But here is the bare minimum that you need to do. Now, I call this the 7 WordPress plugins you must have because it consists of these 7. However, the free traffic getting plugin actually unfolds and puts a whole bunch more in there for you. So it's actually like 14 or something by the time we get through with what we're going to do today. Now, don't worry about writing this down. This list is in the shared files folder. The shared files folder in this room is that icon in the lower right-hand corner that you see. That's 3 little balls connected by 2 little lines. If you click that, you can find the 7 plugins. It's a notepad file, so you can copy and paste from it and do exactly what I'm going to do tonight. So we're going to go through these 7 plugins. Now, Akismet helps prevent your blog from being spammed. It puts all comments into a certain place. It looks at comments and it says, okay, this one's definitely spam. I'm going to put it in a spam folder. Or it'll hold comments in abeyance until you approve them. And it'll tell you what it thinks is spam and what is not. Now, I know I don't do a blog without Akismet because otherwise you just get totally overrun. So we'll talk about that one. All-in-one SEO Pack is your basic plugin for SEOing your blog, your pages, and your posts. Okay, you can't really operate without that one because you are not experienced enough to manipulate the metadata in your WordPress blog. This can do that for you. And so you need that one. Contact Form 7. Google likes to see certain things when it goes to a website. And the reason you're seeing Contact Form 7, Google Analyticator, and Google Google XML Sitemaps and Google Privacy Policy is, guess what? Google looks for all those things. Number one, they like to see a contact form because they want to know that you're giving people a way to get in touch with you. That tells them, gives them an indication that you are in some ways reliable. Okay, that if people are just out there spamming and scamming people, they're probably not going to give them any way to contact them. So the search engine spiders actually look for a contact form. And if you've got one on there, they like that. Okay, Google Analyticator. Now this is this hooks you up to your Google Analytics account. Now you need a Google Analytics account. You can set it up in your Google account. It's really easy. It's just one of those services that you add on. And it tells you a million things about your different websites, about your traffic, where it's coming from, what keywords are working and what keywords aren't, what pages attract most traffic on your website. A whole lot of information that you need to know. And it's reciprocal linking from Google, which is huge. That's a huge backlink, okay? So you need that. Google XML sitemaps. Google spiders want to see a sitemap. That's a map of your site that shows them everything you have and how to get around. And it's not something that you're going to use as far as, I mean, some people will once in a while look at a sitemap. I do recommend putting it, the privacy policy, the contact me link, and the sitemap into a text widget and put it down on the right-hand side of your sidebar. Makes it really easy, and the Google likes to see that those things are showing up on every page. They like it in the sidebar or the footer, so they're available on every page, okay? And a Google privacy policy. Google, if you're going to use AdSense, you got to have a privacy policy on your website, all right? Otherwise, Google won't allow you to do that. And Google likes to see privacy policies on there, and all of those things, those four things, those will help raise your Alexa ranking because Google likes them, okay? And it'll help raise your ranking in search engines themselves. Now, free traffic getting plugin is another plugin that is basically for SEOing your blog, for optimizing your blog for search engines in various ways, and it will add several more plugins to your list here, and we'll see how that goes, okay? So that's what those are, and what we're going to do tonight, and I'm going to go through this very quickly because there's a lot to do, is number one, I'm going to install these 7 plugins in our WordPress blog. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, all right? And we're going to configure these plugins to work properly. I'll show you how to do those plugins. Now, last time we did this is where all this brouhaha happened, okay? And, those gremlins are out there just, making sure that they're taking every chance they get to make you end up like this, guy down here on the right-hand side. He tried to install a WordPress plugin, and the gremlins got him, okay? So hopefully none of that will happen tonight, and when that's through, we will come back and we will have a question session. But right now, we're going to go to desktop sharing. Now, one of the things I recommend that you do when I go to desktop sharing is to shut down the members area on the right-hand side. In fact, it might shut down for you. I don't even know. I'm not even sure about that. Yeah, I think it does. It gets rid of it, doesn't it? And I'm going to set this up the way I want to do it here. So just give me a brief moment. The one thing I do recommend is that you click the area below the sharing area that says Zoom 100%. That will keep the website centered in the middle of the screen there, so that what you see is really what I hope you'll be seeing here. When you are seeing a website that says stevegaghagen.net with my cursor in the middle of it, give me a yes in the text chat, okay? So I know we're all together here and that the people in the room are seeing what's going on. Yes, okay. What you're looking at, guys, is you're looking at a website called stevegaghagen.net. This is nothing but a website that I use to for training purposes. Okay, so that's what it looks like now. That's the new Word 2012 default WordPress theme. It's a lot nicer than the other ones. It's still not as good as using a real good premium theme like a Woo theme, but it's a nice one because it is all sorts of customizable. But what I want to do is I want to log into this thing right here, and we're going to get these plugins in there. I just wanted to give you a look at what it looks like right now, and we're going to log in there. And right now, this is in a bare bones condition. I mean, we actually have the theme on here and stuff like that. But if we go to our plugins, we're going to click here on Installed Plugins. And you're going to see that we have one plugin in here. Now, when you install a theme and come in for the first time, you're going to find two. You're going to find Akismet, and you're going to find something called Hello Dolly. Just click on Hello Dolly, go up here and say delete, and get rid of that sucker. Just get it out of there, okay? It's a stupid thing. It's been around for years, and it just takes up room. Another word about plugins. Any plugins you're not using, guys, get rid of them. Deactivate them and delete them. They are taking up room on your hard drive, and every one of them, I recommend using a lot of plugins, but some people have 160 plugins, and then they wonder why WordPress is so slow. Well, WordPress is so slow because you got 5 million tons of luggage on the top of that Ferrari, and anything will be slow at that point. So leave the plugins in here that you are actively using. If you're not actively using them, get rid of them. So now what you want to do, you want to have your 7 plugins list, just like this one, that's available in the shared files folder, and when we put this movie up, it'll be available there too in the Learning Wing. You want to have this on a notepad because you can highlight these and you can copy them, okay? Now, you will find that Akismet is already in here. I put it on our list in case, you delete it, or you get somehow you come in with something that's going to show you, that doesn't come in with Akismet. But that is definitely one of the ones you have here. You want here. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're simply going to install all of these. And the way you do that, we'll activate them and everything later. But here's what we do first. I'm going to copy to my clipboard all-in-one SEO pack, and I'm going to go right up here and click on Add New in the plugins. There's 2 ways to do plugins. You can upload them from your own hard drive, or you can search for them right here and upload them from WordPress. All right. Now, if you're going to be making a lot of blogs, best thing to do is just go to the pages and upload them into a folder. And some of them you have to do that with. So you're going to see 2 ways of doing things. So the first one is what we'll do with these. We'll paste that all-in-one SEO pack in. We'll search the plugins. And I hope everything works quickly tonight. It's going to be the first one. We're just going to click Install Now. Yes, I want to install this plugin. And it will... Okay, it's successfully installed it. Now I want to go back to the plugin installer. And I'm going to go get Contact Form 7. Copy. Put it on my clipboard. Paste it in here. Search the plugins. And there it is, right at the top. If you get the exact name, usually it'll be right at the top, okay? And don't pay a lot of attention to this, to anything else. Don't get sidetracked. If something says it's a better version of something, don't do it. Just do what these are. You're gonna click Install Now. Yes, I want to install it now. And there it goes. It's done. Go back to the plugin installer. And now we want to get Google Analyticator. So we're going to copy this to our keyboard, clipboard. Paste it in there. There's a whole bunch of these. But Analyticator is the one that is really, really cool. You're just going to click Install Now. Okay. And it's done. Return to the plugin installer. Google XML sitemaps we'll get from here. Put it in there. Search the plugins. Right there, it's at the top. Install now. Now at this point, we've done that. We returned to the plugin installer. At this point, I was having all sorts of problems last week because for some reason, this thing was operating so slow that, I could have had a birthday between the time I said search plugin and things came up. Now we're grabbing the privacy policy. And it was just, well, there we go. Okay, Google privacy policy right there. And we're going to install now. Okay. All right. And we're going to go back to the plugin installer. Now, we do not yet have this free traffic getting plugin. That's because it is not in the directory for WordPress. All right. First of all, before we do this part, does everybody follow me on those guys, on those 6 guys, on what I just did? There's, give me a yes in the text chat if you're following this. Give me a no in the text chat, you people in the room, if I've lost you. Okay. I think that's pretty simple, pretty cut and dried, and those are the ones you just want to go get them. Now, free traffic getting plugin. This is going to be a little different because this is not in the WordPress directory. So you're going to have to copy this address, this URL, and you're going to have to go to Jeff Johnson's Underground Training Lab, which is Jeff Johnson's website. Jeff Johnson is the creator of this plugin, and you don't have to pay for this thing. He's just going to give it to you. However, he's going to ask you to sign into his mailing list to do that. Okay? And you will click right there, and, that'll take you to a place where you can put in your email, and he will send you an email with an unlock code, with a download, with download instructions. Now, I could just circumvent this whole thing, but I don't want to do that. I'm just going to give you that much, and let you know that Jeff Johnson is a good guy, and that, this is the way you want to do this. So you get that, and then you download it, and all plugins are in the form of a zip file, and you will have that zip file on your computer. Now, I'm going to advise you to create a folder for plugins, and watch how easy this is. Once I have that plugin in my folder, I can go up here and simply click upload, and this will give me a regular browsing window. And I can open that browsing window, go to my plugins folder, and you'll see I have a lot of plugins here. Okay, I want the free traffic getting SEO 2.1.1. All right, that's the latest version. You always want to have the latest version. Okay, so that's another good reason to be in Jeff's email list. And I'm just going to tell it to open that one. It'll put it in there, and I can tell it to install. Now, this one is a big plugin. It's going to take a couple minutes here. Not a couple minutes. It'll just take a moment. But in the meantime, I can tell you that if you're going to be doing this, Patsy, you lost me on that one. Okay. All I did was, instead of searching for the plugin, I selected upload, and I'm uploading it from my own on opening the browser. Okay, this one is, guys, this one just uploaded. I'll try and clear this up for you, Patsy, afterwards in the question and answer period, and also you can go back and look at it in the movie. But all I was saying is, you go to this website and put your email in there, and Jeff will send you download instructions. Then you download the plugin to your own computer, create a folder for plugins, so you store it there, and then you upload it into your blog like we just did. So now we return to our plugins page, and you will see that we have all of these guys in here already. Okay, a Kismet, all-in-one SEO pack, contact form 7, free traffic getting SEO plugin, Google Analyticator, Google Privacy Policy, Google XML Sitemaps. They are all here. None of them are activated, okay, except Akismet, which is activated. I don't know how it got activated. I'm going to deactivate it just so I can show you how to do this. All right. Now, all of them are here, and they are not activated. So what you do at this point is come back in here, select them all, go to Bulk Actions, click Activate, and tell it Apply. And now we are activating all of these plugins. And when the screen refreshes, you're going to have a whole bunch of warnings up here at the top, okay? Guess what, guys? You got to configure these things, you know? So it's saying, everything's activated. And you see they all are activated now. But there's stuff we have to do. We have to configure them. So now we're going to do this, and we're going to do this very quickly. First thing is your Akismet API key, all right? It used to be you got this from WordPress.org. Do not worry about that anymore. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to click Sign Up for a Akismet API key, and you're going to go, to this website. You'll say Get an Akismet API key. You'll click here. And it's going to show you this stuff. It's going to try and sell you a Pro for $5 a month. An Enterprise is multiple sites, you know, for companies with multiple low traffic sites. It's trying to, you know, sell you on an upgrade of this whole thing. Go over to the Personal, and when you get here, slide that down. Okay, you're going to put your name in here. Slide this down to 0. Okay, you'll get an API key for nothing. And just go through the process, and it'll give you an API key, a WordPress API key. You don't need to be paying anything. If you want to contribute, go ahead. You know, I'm sure they'd appreciate it. But you can get it for free. And then you want to store it on a notepad file so you always have it. Now, last week, one of the gremlins that attacked was I hadn't prepared this. And guess what? I had to look for my API key, and I couldn't find it anywhere. All right? Because it used to be that you could go back to another blog that had the API key in it and find it really easily. They've changed Akismet, so it's difficult to find. All right? And anyway, so one of the first things that happened last week was the attack of the gremlins, making me look like an idiot, which I was for not being prepared, and going all over the place, having to try and find an API key with everybody here giving me help. Don't do that when you're doing something like this, guys. Be prepared. Here's my API key. I'm going to just copy it right there. We're going to go back into the plugins. And right here, Akismet is giving me the opportunity here to enter my API key. I'm just going to click that. And I'm going to put that right here. I'm going to leave all of the options the same. Auto delete spam, submitted on posts more than a month old, okay? Down here it's telling you that the Akismet servers are all working, so I'm just going to update the options right there. This will take us, there we go, and it's telling me that options are saved, key has been verified, happy blogging. Okay, and we'll go back to the plugins page to our installed plugins, and you can see that yes, that's already that's activated, and we have lost that warning at the top. Now, the traffic getting SEO plugin, we need to confirm our blog system requirements and agree to the terms of service for that to be used. So we're going to go there. Let's see. And guess what? This guy, this is the traffic getting SEO plugin. We're not going to do this just yet. Sorry. Hello. I'm thinking about two things at once. Let's go back. Don't let that confuse you. This is our free traffic getting plugin, and we don't need to worry about this just yet. There's a couple of things I want to do first. I want to go to down here. You'll see under settings, you'll see that some of these things have created settings here, all right? All in one SEO. Now I want to go there, That's our next one. See Google Analytics, privacy policy. They're all right there now, and we can just go down the line. And we'll get to the traffic getting when we do it this way. All right. Now, this is our all-in-one SEO pack. This is going to help us to search engine optimize all of our posts and our pages. Now, the best thing you can do here is go in, put your email address in, and subscribe to these guys. These are Semperfi Web Design. That will give you, this is one of the best plugins in the world, and they are a great, great company. You won't want to have them do any like blog building or anything because they're outrageously expensive. But this, you do want to subscribe to their list to learn the stuff there. You can donate to this if you like. And down here are the settings. Now, I'm going to show you what I've done here because these settings automatically populated. You don't have to see this again, all right? But you want to enable the plugin right here. Then it's going to ask you for a home title. Now, here's where you need to do some research on your blog first. You need to make some determinations. The home title is the home page title. This is something that's in the metadata of your website. And when this is enabled, this is going to be what the home page tab says on your website. All right. And you want to have keywords in there. So you need to figure out what the main large, expansive keywords are that are going to cover your website. Now, I have this silly thing that I do with SteveGaghagen.net, and we make believe that I'm in a company, a natural health company, that sells Podsnaps and their powdered versions, Kleebles, which are really good for fighting a disease, a condition called Belson's flurge, and a disease called osteoneuroticism. Okay, these are natural remedies. Okay, Dale, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what to do about that. You're having a problem with your internet server there. And, you'll have to check it out in the movie later. Sorry. So you need to come up with your keywords for your website, and you're going to put them in here. And those keywords are going to be Podsnaps, Kleebles, Belson's flurge, osteoneuroticism, natural medicine, and then you're going to want to have your company name, and your name. Okay? The reason for those is that you want to be in charge of everything that anybody would ever find on the internet if they search your name and if they search your company name. If you get one disgruntled customer who goes out there and posts a blog and does some good search engine optimization, stuff like that, then guess what? You're going to have a bunch of information that you don't want out there come in when people search you. Okay? If you go search me, you're going to have to get to page 19 or 20 or 21 or 30 or somewhere along in there before you find stuff that I don't want you to find. I'm in control of it all. And you do that by always including your company name and your name as one of the keywords. Okay? At least for years and years and years. So here we enable things. We come up with our home title that uses a couple of our keywords. And then we write a description. Find out all you need to know about Podsnaps and Kleebles and how natural remedies can help treat Belson's flurge and osteoneuroticism. That's it. That's all you need to do. Your keywords go here. You want to enable these two right there. However, and then just leave all these the same. Forget about SEO for custom post types. You don't need to do that. And down here, you want to, it doesn't really matter what goes on with these, but you do not want to enable these two. Don't enable auto-generate descriptions, okay? You want to write your own descriptions as you go. This plugin is going to create an area on every post and every page when you're editing them for you to create a title for that post or page, for you to come up with a home description for that post or page, and for you to put keywords in the underlying metadata. It looks just like this. You'll do it for every post and page. It will be different than this. These are the ones that underlie your entire website. All right? So there'll be more general keywords than you'd use in a post. When you're done with all that, leave this blank, doesn't matter, just update your options. All right? Now, we're going to go on. We're going to go to the next one, Google Analytics. We've got to set up Google Analytics. So we're going to go to Google Analytics. Now, this one is already doing it automatically. All right? I want to deauthorize it. Excuse me. See, it's picking up from last week's stuff. All right? Now, what I'm going to have to do is you guys will probably have to set up your Google Analytics account. So you're going to go to Google. Now, I am already logged in with Google. As you can see, that's my home page, and I've set an image there. But this is just, a Google. This is Google, and I am logged in. So you want to, if you don't have a Google account, you need one. And you're going to go to Google and go to your account settings. Now, most of us have seen this page. Down here are the products that you've set up on Google. And, you can set these up and, you need to find Google Analytics. You can do it right here. If you have an AdWords account, you can go in through there. That's usually the way I do it. Most of you won't have that. So you will go in over here and you'll click Google Analytics. And the way you will do it, I have a whole bunch of website profiles set up, all right? And you can do the same thing. And the way I'm going to do this is this is what Google Analytics looks like. And I can go down here and select, these are a bunch of different websites. I actually have, you'll see 4 pages of websites that I look at. And what I want to do, let me zoom out here very quickly. Okay, I want to go over here and click Add New Profile, because what I'm doing is I'm setting up I've got a Google Analytics account, now I'm setting up a profile in it. And I'm going to just come over here and say Add a New Profile and tell it that the new profile is stevegaghagen.net. All right, that's all I need to do. And click Finish. All right, and it's going to give me this number and tell me tracking not installed. All right, now I shouldn't need this number, but I may, you never know, they change things. I found that out last week. So I'm going to carry this back to Google Analyticator, and I'm going to click right here. I'm going to enable Google Analytics logging, and then I'm going to say, this is the easiest way, guys. I could just put this number in here, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that number out of there. I'm going to say, click here to log into Google, authenticating Google Analyticator with your analytics account. Okay, so I'm going to click there, and I'm going to grant it access, grant Google access to my website, and boom, guess what happened? Now it gives me this other choice. Select an account, and I'm going to look through here, because I've got all these other websites. I could hook it up to any of these other accounts that I have set up in Google Analytics. But if you're just starting out, you'll just come up with the one. There it is. I just connected it, stevegaghagen.net. I'm going to put that in there. Now, if that doesn't work, you put that number in. You'll get a choice. If you don't see it there, you'll get another choice. If it doesn't find your accounts or your profiles, it'll give you another choice to put that UID number in, and you can put the number in. But this is the easiest way to do it. Leave all the rest of this in the boilerplate. You don't need to know all of this stuff right now, and save the changes. Okay? Save the changes. Hold on for a second. There we go. That's saved. Now I want to go back and I want to show you this page at Google again. I'm simply going to refresh the page. See, it says tracking not installed. Now, guess what it says? Waiting for data. Analytics has been successfully installed and data is being gathered. Now, if if your data is being gathered, that means that you can go back here and you can look at, let's look at, I want to go to the, hold on. Let's go to, let's go look at the online techniques page. I want to view the report. And I'll show you the kind of information you can get here. Okay, it's going to give you the number of hits per day over the last 30 days, or you can set the period. It's going to tell you the difference between page views and visits. Down here, it's going to show you what countries your people are coming from, right? Down here, it'll tell you what pages get the most views. We can see, 154 people go to the home page. 128 people over the last month have gone to the learning wing. Here it tells you where your traffic comes from. All right, I can look at this and I can say that a little more than 31% of our traffic is coming from search engines. That's good. I want to increase that. I want to get that to 50%. All right, the most are coming from directly. You guys, you can tell all of this stuff. You can go into more depth with this. You can look at what keywords. Look at the report here. View this report. This is the traffic sources. It's going to tell you that 53% of our visits are direct, but the number two thing is Google. 27.5% come from Google. That's the kind of traffic you want. Okay? Because that's new traffic. People finding us through search engines. What are they finding us by searching for? Google Wonder Wheel tool in the last 30 days brought in 13 people. All right? That's a keyword. I wrote a blog post about it. It's actually 17 people, 20 people, because these three keywords are tied into that one blog post. 20 new people have visited the website in the last 30 days because of that blog post being tied into those keyword searches. SEO Presser constantly brings people, okay? And you can look at all of this information. This is why you want Google Analyticator, all right? Now, here we are, back here. We're just going to go down, and we're going to set up the privacy policy. This is very easy to do. When you get to the privacy policy, all you need to do is highlight that and copy it to your clipboard. All right? Then you're going to go up and you're going to add a new page. Whoops. Add new under pages. You're going to create a new page. You're going to call it privacy policy. And you're going to stick that right there. You're going to publish the page. Okay? And now, there it goes. All right. Now, when you go to stevegaghagen.net, which is our blog, and you update this, you now have a page, privacy policy. Actually, we've got two because I didn't take off the ones from last week. And here you go. It puts in the name of your website and tells people where they can get in touch with you and all this kind of stuff, and creates a real, actual, live privacy policy on your website. That's already done. Boom, it's done. Let me show you something else right while we're here. Here's the all-in-one SEO pack. For this page, you can create privacy policy. You can create, give it keywords. Usually you can forget the title attribute and the menu label. Well, what you need to concentrate on are the title, the description, not more than 160 characters, using a couple of your keywords in the order of importance, and the keywords down here in the order of importance, always including your company name and your, that's if you have your own company, like an Online Techniques, and your name, okay? Anyway, that's privacy policy. Now I'm sorry, I'm going really fast, guys, because this gets more complicated. Now, XML sitemap. I just want to show you this because there's nothing here you need to do. You need to do nothing here, all right? Just make sure that this right here, under automatic detection, says the right thing, and it'll be your website /sitemap.xml. Now, this is what you're going to use as a link, and the blogging workshop will show you this, how to use this to put it in a sidebar as a link. That's the link. It's actually creating a page. You don't need to change anything in here, all right? So there's nothing you need to do. Now, that's brought us to the bottom of this. Now, we have to go do the traffic getting SEO plugin. And the way to do that is come back up here and click this, it'll say confirm your blog system requirements. I'm going to go as fast as I can, guys. I hope I don't go over. I'm probably going to go over about 5 minutes here. You'll see why in a minute. First, you have to install this and tell them, that you agree with their terms and all that stuff. So just install the traffic getting plugin, proceed. I agree to the terms of service. And there we are. Okay, and it says, I want to optimize my blog now. Yes, I do. So we're going to go through this, and it's going to tell you how well your blog is optimized. And it's going to say down here, there are some tweaks you can do. It's got one optimization that it can do to increase me from 38.39%. So I'm going to say, okay, do those. All right. And now it's going to say we're at 40%, and it's going to say install the recommended plugins, okay? Now you'll notice over here it's got its whole section. Traffic getting, blog details, plugins, and advanced. And basically what it's telling you to do is click here to install the recommended plugins, going to this right here. So we're going to click here, and you're going to get a whole section where you install a bunch of other plugins. It's going to tell you this all-in-one SEO pack is in there. Google Sitemap is in there. All right, Sociable is not here. I'm going to give you a tip, guys. The way to do this, don't just left-click on install plugin. A lot of people have problems because then they just get a black screen. You want to left-click and then say open link in a new tab. And a new tab will open. And there it is. Okay? Description, here's the plugin. You're going to install the plugin now. All right. And I'm just going to close down this window once it's installed and go back to where I was. Go to the next one. Open link in new tab. Here's the new tab. Install now. Now when I hit install now, I'm left clicking. And okay, it's done. And I'm going to go close that window down, go back here, and go down to the next one. Open link in new tab. Install now. All right, you guys following me? And close this window and go down to the next one. Open link in new tab. These are all things that Google likes to see on your website. These are all designed for SEO purposes. This is the CAPTCHAs, adds CAPTCHAs to your comments. And I'm going to shut this page down. We're down here to the Facebook like plugin. This gives you reciprocal linking with Facebook. Right click, open link in new tab. Here it comes. Left click on install now. It's installed. Shut down that page and go back here. Permalink migrator. Right click, open link in new tab. And this is if you have permalinks already installed on your blog in one form, and the SEO plugin is going to change them, that it will create an index system that will make the new, so that you don't lose pages. All right. Now I've just done all of those things. Now I'm going to just refresh this page so that you can see that when you do that. Okay. Now we get installed but inactive on all those plugins, right? So, excuse me. Whoops. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go into my plugins, installed plugins. You can do it here, but I like to do it with one click. So you can go to all the ones that are inactive, activate, activate. I'm just selecting them. Boom, 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 boom. Right? And then I'm going to go to bulk actions and say activate. Now, all of my plugins should be activated. All right. And if I go back to the plugins in traffic getting down here, I should see that they all now say activated and installed. Okay? But now I have some more that I have to quickly put together, to configure, okay? So we're going to go down in here. Permalinks, there's nothing you have to do with the permalink migrator. All-in-one SEO we did. The CBNet ping optimizer was just installed, and we need to configure that. It will put in a whole bunch of ping sites. Every time you do a blog post, your blog will ping the indexing sites, like search engines, like Technorati, like blog indexes, all of those places. And CBNet Ping Optimizer, it will do that automatically when you do a blog post. And it does it, I think the default is just to Google. When you put the PingNet Optimizer in, it puts in all of these other sites. And guys, if you go into the blogging workshop, I believe I give you a list of 112 sites where you can actually increase this list. You want to come in here and you want to enable pinging, and you want to limit excessive pinging in a short time. Ping at most one time within 60 minutes. The reason for this, and the reason for this plugin really, is that if you leave your blog the way it comes default, if you start updating and updating and updating a blog post on your website while your website's live, it's going to ping and ping and ping and ping and ping. And some of these sites are going to say, yeah, that guy's just spamming us with pings because I'm only finding a period different. I'm going out all these times, and boom, they will turn you off and they won't index you anymore. Okay? They just won't pay any attention. So you don't want that to happen. So when you put this plugin in, it's going to limit pings to one time within an hour. And it's going to make it so that you can go over and, make adjustments and adjustments and adjustments, and updates are not pinged unless you tell it to specifically, okay? You can always come in here and tell it, ping your blog now, all right? And it'll ping to all the sites. But this will keep you from getting blacklisted as a spammer, all right? Facebook Like plugin is the next one you got to look at. And really, you just have to tell it what type of website you want. Do you want it to show the like button on your home page? Show it on pages, show it on posts. You got some other settings you can do here. But, and when you get your settings, then you just go down here and update the options. Okay? And I'll show you these on the website. They've appeared already. They weren't there before. Google Analytics we've done. Privacy policy. Sociable. This is for sharing. You're going to click that. And we are just about done here. I'm actually coming in pretty close to the time. These are all the sites that you can select for people to share. So you can go through here and you can add in LinkedIn. You can go in, if you want to put Propeller on there, you can do that. Stumble Upon is a good one. Tumblr is a good one. So you can go through here. Linkagogo is good. You can go in and select all of the ones that you want to include. These are the default ones. You can leave them on there. And then go down here and you tell it, where do you want this? Front page of the blog only, or individual blog posts, individual WordPress pages, which is what I usually choose. Okay? And I leave the rest of this stuff the same, just to say, save the changes. Okay. At this point, when this refreshes, we should have, we haven't done our contact page. Okay. That's the only other thing we got to do. Hello. Go down here, and the contact page made this right here. Boom. There's contact form. All right. This is really easy, guys, too. All right. This is the same as your privacy policy. You're going to go collect that. Copy. Okay. Don't worry about changing the form. You can change the form if you want, and you can teach yourself how to do that. We're not going to go through it. We're going to go to Pages, Add New. Now remember, this is your contact form, and it's going to go. Come on, let's go. See, this is what was happening all last week. This is the last thing we have to do. Add a new page. We're going to call it Contact Me. We're going to paste that slug that we got in there, right in there. We're going to publish the page. and it's not doing anything. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to show you a couple things about the website that have happened. There we go. One is that we have a page called Contact Me. Oh, wait, I'm going to refresh this just so you can see, because we'll have two Contact Me's. One's from last week and one's from this week. And when you open that Contact Me page, you will get a form. And that form will be hooked up to the to the email that you put in your blog, that you put under the general settings. So Contact Me, there they go. They can put in their name, their email, their subject, send you a message, and click send. Also notice, guys, here is your Facebook like button that appeared from what we did. Here is all the places that you can share things using the Sociable plugin. There's all kinds of different plugins that you can use to do that. Sociable is simply the one that comes with the all-in-one, the Traffic Getting SEO plugin. So we have basically configured all of our 7 plugins, and we've put our website in a position where it can actually go out and help us to bring traffic. And if you look down here, it's done some things in the dashboard too. You'll get a Google Analytics summary from your Analyticator right here. So you can see, it doesn't have any data yet, you know, but it's going to give you the graph for the last 30 days right here. It's going to tell you what your top pages are. All those things are right on your dashboard right now. And this, in the all-in-one, in the advanced, for the all-in-one traffic getting plugin, you can click the advanced and tell it to turn off the dashboard widget, so that when you go to your dashboard, you don't see that big thing from Jeff at the beginning. Okay? And that is it, guys. That is it. I'm going to minimize these and get rid of my API key, get rid of the 7 plugins, and come out of desktop sharing. Go back to the presentation, and there we are. We did it in a minute, in an hour and 2 minutes, and the gremlins didn't get us. So does anybody have any questions? You can put them in the text chat right there. I will stick around for purposes of the movie. I'm going to move on here and quickly cover a couple of other things. Are you guys with me? I am not looking at the members area because of the way I do this. So can you give me a yes if you're still with me in the text chat? Yes, you are. Was that clear? Was that clearer than last week when all the gremlins took charge of us? Okay, listen, you guys here who are not members of the blogging workshop, you need to be founding members with Janet and Don Legere and Harold Hill. I was kind of cute there. But the dress looks funny on me. Anyway, you guys need to be members of the Contact List Builder. Janet, I didn't even ask if the bonuses are still good. But if anybody joins this thing tonight, I'm sure Janet will not... for 3 more days. There we go. Okay. See, I put her on the spot for you guys who are still here. The Contact List Builder is hands-on training. First thing you do is you sit down and design a business plan with your goals in mind, how you want to create a business, and then we walk with you all the way. Janet and Don, you're available all the time on Skype, and if you get in here right now, you get $600 in bonuses, including complete access to my online techniques blogging workshop, which we are selling right now for $147 right there. So full lifetime membership for one payment of $297, and you are a member for always, okay? And we will walk with you down the road of putting together your income from home and everything that you need to do online. So guys, this is turning into live seminars that we're going to be doing all over the place and everything else as a founding member, you also get 50% commissions on everybody you bring in. So there are the links right up there. You can go to contactlistbuilder.com/blog founding-members if you need to find out more. But I'm going to put this one up there. Which is a great place to join, because then you're joining under me. Okay? So do that, at least within the next 3 days. I mean, really, it's not going to be around like this anymore, and you're not going to get a chance to do it, and there is no better education or help, just flat-out help, you'll get on the internet. Okay? I totally agree, Janet. So, Saturday, I know Jenna doesn't know what she's doing because she was asking me what should she do, which is what I'm always asking her about, yesterday, about today. So, Janet, you want to come up and talk about Saturday for a minute?
There we are. Hello, everybody. Great to see you here on a beautiful Thursday evening. The skies are just, they're difficult to explain. I wish I could explain it, but I can't. They're just beautiful out there. Saturday, we have a call at noon Eastern, I believe. Everybody who's here is pretty familiar with our calls. Everybody's invited. They're open, generic calls, and each week we share some of the strategies that we've learned over the years to help us build our list, which helps us make money online. I mean, there's really no secrets to this. That's what Contact List Builder is all about, is to help you get rid of all those secrets you think are out there and really help you create a plan of action for yourself that can work. And so our Saturday calls are really bits and pieces of what you get in the whole package at CLB. We teach some of the strategies on Saturday. It's real information. The calls are free. Pass it on. And I have no idea what we're going to be doing on Saturday at this point. All I know is that it will be exciting and fun, and you want to be there, and you want to invite your friends. So Steve, thank you for always giving me my few seconds here up on the soapbox. And what do you think of the new hair? Got the hair done today. Pretty nice, hey? You had to throw that in. Women always feel good when they get their hair done. What can I say? We'll see you guys on Saturday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the Morning Motivator. Great job tonight, Steve. Very, very good clarification.
Thanks, Janet. And almost gremlinless. Gremlinliness. Less or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to have to come up with a word for that. So Saturday morning, that is where I will be, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, janetlegere.com/live-training. The best instructors with the best information. I always say that, and it is absolutely true. Gremlin free. Patsy, you're right. That's so much easier. Gremlin free. Well, I don't know what I'm doing next week, as you can see. Monty is just really excited about the whole thing. But today we have foiled the gremlins again and come up with, I think, probably a clean movie and a clean lesson. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be sticking around here for questions. If you'd like to hear or see us cover something in these sessions, email me, Skype me, phone me. I'm really easy to find, because if yous don't ask, then how's the yous gonna learn, eh? So I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. As I say, I will hang around for if anybody in the room has any questions. But thank you for being here, and hope to see you next week right here in the Learning Wing. Thanks, everybody. Good night.